High School for girls district basketball championship. Tonight's game is between Abingdon and Gate City. Tracy Ghost jumps, and it looks like, Abingdon loses it out of bounds right away, and it'll be Gate City's ball. That was number 10, Craig, losing it all out of bounds, and Trish Edwards will be inbounding for Gate City. Bellamy with the ball for Gate City, setting up the offense at the top of the key. Passes into Morris. Morris on the outside. Wing position, passes into Edwards, pulls, shoots, 2 points for Edwards. Craig bringing the ball down the court for Abingdon. Passes to number 22, back out to Craig. Johnson back to Craig, back to 22. Johnson and Craig brings it back out to the top of the key, passes to Johnson underneath. Craig with the ball at the wing position, passes up to Johnson, out to number 14, and Smith stole it. A jump ball is called. And let's see what they're going to say. All right, they're going to be giving the ball back to Abingdon. The referee apparently was clearing something up with the timekeepers. Craig with the ball for Abingdon, not being able to penetrate Gate City's defense as of yet. Passes to number 33, Thayer. Across the court to number 22, Coe, who puts up the shot. It's off the rim, no good. And I'm not sure who they're calling this on. It looks like it's going to go against Johnson of Abingdon. And that's who it does go against with a push. And Abingdon drops into their diamond press. Bellamy with the ball for Gate City. Passes out to Morris. Morris gives him a little bit of fake. Oh, Tracy goes deep. Pulls, shoots just off the front of the rim, gets her own rebound, puts the shot up again. Just missing it, goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Gate City's ball. Morris inbounding the ball underneath Gate City's own goal. Passes into Bellamy, who passes back to Morris. Shoots, and it's good. Morris with 2. Gate City leading 4-0 in the first period. Thayer with the ball at the top of the key. Shoots, no good. Number 14 came down with the rebound, put it up. It was good. That was Bundy. Bellamy now with the ball, passes out to Morris. Morris puts the ball down, and clobbered there by Thayer. Bellamy passes, and it's broken up by Johnson, but Morris gets to it. Johnson steals it away and is called with the backcourt. And it's Gate City's ball. Edwards inbounding to Bellamy. So far, things have been going Gate City's way. Morris with the ball at the wing position, looking inside, passes to Smith, who shoots just off the front of the rim. Thayer comes down with it, and they're going to call Smith with the personal foul. Called her with a hacking foul there. That's her first personal foul tonight. Craig inbounding to number 22, that's Coe. Craig bringing the ball down the court for Abingdon. Passes to Johnson, turns, shoots, and no good, but number 14 right under there to get the rebound. That's Bundy. She's got 4 points now and ties the game up. Edwards passing back to Bellamy to Morris, and got trapped there. Bellamy almost lost the ball there as Morris passed it out. Passes over to Edwards. She shoots short, got the rim. Smith's shot was up, no good. And Bundy comes down with the rebound. Passes out to Johnson, who passes to Craig. Score is tied up at 4 points apiece. It's about 5 minutes left on the clock in the first period. Coe with the shot, and it's good for 2. Abingdon takes the lead for the first time tonight. Morris with the ball for Gate City. Getting trapped, passes back to Bellamy. Almost lost it there. Throws it long down to Ghost. She turns, goes to the goal, puts a shot up. Oh, just off the front of the rim. Knocked loose. Morris loses it, and still a loose ball. A pile up down there. Johnson comes out with it. Craig bringing the ball down the court, passes underneath to Thayer. She loses it out of bounds. Gate City's ball. Edwards will be inbounding. Gate City down by 2 points in the first period. Score is 6-4. Abingdon's press has been working against Gate City, making them throw some passes that are very dangerous. Edwards passing back to Bellamy, shoots, saying, oh, beautiful shot. Bellamy now with her first 2 points of the game to tie the score up at 6. Craig with the ball for Abingdon. Drives the lane, knocked away by Ghost. Going down the court for the layup. Oh, fakes there off. Puts the shot up, no good. Goes out of bounds against Abingdon. It'll be Gate City's ball underneath their own goal. And number 25 comes in for Craig. That would be Slate. Morris inbounding the ball. Passes in to Bellamy. Puts the shot up. Oh, that's amazing. 4 points now for Bellamy as Slate brings the ball down the court for Abingdon. And Gate City has taken the lead by 2. Score is 8-6. Coe passing back to Slate. Back to Coe. Can't break the defense. Again, Coe with the ball at the 4 position. Passes out to Slate. And it's broken up. Loose ball picked up by Smith. And passes out to Bellamy finally after a few hacks. Passes to Smith underneath. Shoots. Oh, Thayer topped her big time. Morris passing back out to Bellamy. Inside to Ghost. Good fake by Ghost. Shots up just off the front of the rim. Edwards with the rebound. Shot no good. And Bundy comes down with it. Thayer now with the ball. Slate bring it down the court for Abingdon. Bellamy trying to cut her off and take the ball away. Passes out to Coe. Back to Slate. Across to Johnson. Morris putting a lot of pressure on her. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Bundy, knocked loose. And they're going to call that against Ghost. It's Tracy Ghost's first personal foul. Second team foul for Gate City. Carter and Bays come in for Bellamy and Ghost. It's Abingdon's ball underneath their own goal. We've got 2 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock in the first period. Slate comes out and Craig came in for Abingdon. Oh, good defensive play there by Edwards, getting her hand inside to knock the ball away from Bundy. Coe with the ball passes out to number 10. Thayer puts up the shot. No good, and a foul is called against Morris. Pushing foul against Morris. That's her first personal foul. And that is the third team foul against Gate City in the first period. That'll send Thayer to the line with 2 shots. She makes them both. It'll tie the score up at 8. First shot is up, and she misses it. Got 2 minutes and 43 seconds left on the clock in the first period. This is a very close game so far. Score is 8-6. Thayer at the line. Second shot is up. She hits it. That's her first point tonight. Carter with the ball for Gate City. She's quick. Passes off to Morris. Morris passes to Edwards. Long to Bays. Bays underneath. Oh, just misses it. Fouled there. Nothing was called. Across the Thayer. She puts a shot up. No good. Slate comes down with it and Bays steals it away. Morris bringing the ball down the court. Fouled by number 10, Craig. That's her first personal foul, and that was a good call there after that last foul underneath the goal against Bays. I didn't know if they'd be calling them at all. Morris inbounding the ball for Gate City, passes in to Carter. And Smith lost the ball there, a little bit too much of a pass for her. Johnson almost loses the ball. Thayer puts up a shot. Air ball goes out of bounds, and it's Gate City's ball. 2 minutes on the clock. Gate City with a 1-point lead in the first period. Edwards inbounding the ball for Gate City. Passes into Carter. Out to Edwards. Back to Carter. Gate City taking her time, finds Bays. Oh, no. Pass was long and right into the hands of Coe. who passes back to Craig. Johnson with the ball, passes back out to Craig. Coe with the ball, shooting. No good. Bays comes down with the rebound, passes out to Carter, who brings it down the court for Gate City, who still has a 1-point lead. Oh, knocked away, and it looks like Craig comes up with it after it's passed out to the half-court line. She slows it down, passes back out to Johnson, and she hits it for her first 2 points tonight, and Abingdon takes the lead by 1 point. Edwards with the ball, passing back to Carter, who passes to Morris. Morris to Bays, to Smith underneath. Oh, beautiful play there. And Smith has 2. Gate City with the 1-point lead, 10-9, less than a minute left. Craig with the ball for Abingdon. Passes out to Coe. Coe back to Craig. Gate City playing some good defense, and they've got a great play that's working for him now against Abingdon's press. Oh, pass to Bundy, broken up. Craig gets the ball back. Comes inside. Johnson with the shot, and it's good. Johnson now has 4 points. Less than a half minute left in the first period. Gate City down by 1 point. Carter almost. Ball knocked away. Edwards comes up with it, shoots, just short. Oh, and Abingdon loses it out of bounds with 12 seconds on the clock. It'll be Gate City's ball on their own end of the court. Score is 11-10 in the first period. And Bundy comes out. Carter with the ball for Gate City. Less than 10 seconds left on the clock. Trying to get them to come out. Oh, pulls, shoots. Shot was long. Carter with her own rebound. Put it up, no good. Score is 11-10 in the first period. Most of Gate City's starters have scored. Morris with 2. Yeah. Edwards with 2, Smith with 2, and Bellamy with 4. Gate City falling behind by 1 point. Bundy had 4 for Abingdon, Coe with 2, Thayer with 1, and Johnson with 4 for Abingdon. Right now, Coach Blackwell is talking to his team, giving him some pointers on what they need to do to cut down on Abingdon's offense. Bellamy was getting hot out there before she came out. She started hitting him from almost the 3-point range, just inside the 3-point range. And Gate City is now coming back out onto the court. It is Gate City's ball. Morris inbounding the ball. And Gate City has finally got 5 players out there now. Carter with the ball at the top of the key. Passes to Morris. Gate City trying to spread their defense out. Oh, kicked by Craig. That should be a technical. Let's see what they call. They're going to give it to Gate City on the sideline there. Bays inbounding to Carter. Carter with the ball at the top of the key. Passes to Morris. Morris looking inside. Passes back to Carter. To Bays. Back to Carter as Ghost runs the baseline. Smith with the ball coming inside. Shoots just off the front of the rim. Bays fouled by Craig. That's her second personal foul tonight. Gate City still down by 1 point. Score is 11-10, and Bays goes to the foul line. Let's see, I'm not sure if that'll be 2 shots or 1. We're giving her 2 shots. Bays has not scored yet tonight. First shot is up, and it's good. That ties the score at 11. She's got 1 more shot. She could take the lead here for Gate City. Second shot is up, just off the rim, and it looks like Johnson came down with the rebound and passed out to Coe. And, oh, that's slick. Comes right up to the sideline to talk to the coach while she's got the ball. Shot put up by Coe. It's good. And that puts Abingdon up by 2. Smith with the ball, passing back to Bellamy. Working her way around their defense, passes out to Bays. Bays inside to go. It's underneath the goal. She turns, shoots, and she's called for traveling. Gate City's getting the shots underneath the goal. They're just not sinking them. They need to get those shots in there. Those are the easiest shots you get in basketball besides foul shots. And when you get them, you got to make them. Thayer with the shot. It's up, no good. And it looks like they're going to call a foul on Morris. Morris was straight up there. She's called with a hacking foul. That's her second personal foul. And that'll send Thayer to the line with 2 shots. She's 50% so far tonight. First shot is up and no good. We've got 6 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock in the first half of the game. Second shot is up and she misses it and goes out of bounds. Should be Gate City's ball, and it is. It's knocked out by Craig. Bays inbounding, passes to Smith. Smith passes back to Bellamy. A little bit of trouble there with the ball. Passes to Smith. Oh, she loses it, and Thayer comes up with it. Passes to Coe. Shot is up and good. Coe is now leading Abingdon with points. And all right, there's a foul on Thayer, and she's saying, what is it? Well, you can't play all on top to back of your offensive player like that. And that will be her first personal foul. Both teams now with 4 personal fouls. Bays inbounding the ball for Gate City. Gate City down by 4 points. Passes into Morris. Morris bringing it down the court. Gate City needs to stop Coe. So far she scored 6 points to lead in scoring for Abingdon. Bays with the ball out on the... Passes back to Morris, over to Bellamy. Morris with the ball now at the top of the key, looking inside, passes back to Bellamy, inside to Edwards. Shot is good. Edwards now with 4. And Gate City drops into their own press. Thayer with the ball, passes back to Craig, and back to Thayer. Stopped, trapped, passes, broken up by Bays, but Thayer comes back up with it on... And Bays knocks that away again. Thayer comes up with it again. Comes in for the layup, and it's good. Bellamy with the ball for Gate City. Passes, and it's broken up. Blake comes up with it, and her shot is good. That's her first 2 points tonight. Score is 19-13. Gate City calls a timeout. That's the biggest lead of the game so far for Abingdon. They've got a 6-point lead as it just took off there. And they're really cutting off on the passes that Gate City has been throwing while trying to beat the press. Score is 19-13 with about 5 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock in the first period. Gate City having a lot of trouble though, as their offense is just broken down totally, and Abingdon is enjoying it. And it'll be Gate City's ball, I believe. Edwards inbounding the ball for Gate City. They're down by 6 points as Abingdon is really coming alive, calling that timeout there. Carter trying to work her way around the press, passes out to Morris. Morris makes her way around Coe, passes to Ghost, back to Carter. Carter back out to Morris. Morris looking inside, passes back to Carter. Carter with the ball at the top of the key, looking for someone on the inside, and the ball is knocked away on the inside. Craig comes up with it and brings it down the court for Abingdon. And passes off to Coe, who shoots. No good, rebounded by Edwards. Gate City needs to push the ball down the court and score. Carter with the ball, passes to Morris. shot is up. No good. And rebound by Coe. Coe bringing it down the court, passes off to Craig. Less than 4.5 minutes left in the first half of the game, and Gate City still down by 6 points. Score is 19-13. Tried to get the alley-oop. Oh, Morris getting her hand on the ball just before it went out of bounds there. It'll be Abingdon's ball right underneath their own goal. Bellamy and Smith come in for Morris and Ghost. It'll be Abingdon's ball. Thayer inbounding, passes into Slate. Thayer with the ball, shoots. No good. Rebounded, knocked away by Carter, and she loses out of bounds. It will again be Abingdon's ball underneath their own goal. Passes into Slate. Slate passes back to Craig. And Edwards knocks that one away. They're not having any trouble knocking the ball away, but it keeps going out of bounds, and Abingdon ends up with the ball anyway. It's eating up a lot of time on the clock. We've got less than 4 minutes left on the clock right now in the first half. Coe with the ball, shoots. No good. Thayer with the rebound, shoots no good, and they're going to call a foul against Edwards, I believe. And that's who the foul is against. That's Edwards' first personal foul. And that'll send Thayer to the line again. This would be the third time she's been to the line with 2 shots. So far, she's 25%. First shot is up, and she hits it. That gives Abingdon a 7-point lead, their largest lead of the game. Second shot is up, and she hits it also. Carter with the ball, passes to Bellamy. Bellamy trying to break that trap, passes back to Carter, out to Edwards. And Abingdon isn't letting him have those easy points anymore. Edwards' pass goes out of bounds as she tried to hit Smith on the baseline. And it's again Abingdon's ball. Craig with the ball, passing to Coe, over to Slate. And Gate City's trap not doing much harm at all to Abingdon. Passes to Thayer. Oh, Edwards again called with the foul. A little bit of creative acting there by Thayer. And that'll be Edwards' second personal foul. And it's a 1-and-1 for Thayer. She just hit 2 in a row. Shooting about 50% now from the foul line. First shot is up, and it's good. She will have one more shot. Johnson coming in for Coe of Abingdon. Thayer has one more shot. Score is 22-13. And she hits it also. She's leading now with 7 points. Carter with the ball for Gate City. Having some trouble, passes to Edwards. Edwards back to Carter, and this trap is just running all over him. Gate City gets the break, though. Smith shoots, and it's good. Finally breaking that press. Smith now with 4 points. Craig passing out to Thayer. Passes it back to Bundy, and oh, Slate with the shot, it's good. It's got 4 points now for Abingdon. Carter with the ball, passes to Bellamy. Cross court to Edwards. Slows it down a little bit, passes it back to Carter. Carter with the ball at the top of the key, drives the lane, decides to come back. Oh! And lets that pass sail away there. Score is 15-25. Abingdon with a 10-point lead over Gate City. We've got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half of the ball game. Craig passing back to Thayer as they try to break Gate City's press. And Craig, oh, Morris steals it away from her, passes out to Bays. Back to Morris. Got less than 2.5 minutes left. Morris almost lost the ball there. Having a little bit of control trouble there as Craig gave her some defense. And Craig, every time she tries to block a pass, will attempt to kick it. Bays with the ball, puts up the shot. Beautiful shot. She's got 3 points now for Gate City. Scores 25-17. KT finally starting to make a comeback there. Only down by 8 points now. Craig with the ball, passes to Johnson, turns, shoots. No good. Rebound by Bays. She brings the ball down the court, and Abingdon. Smith with the ball, puts a shot up. Should have been a foul there. Goes out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Abingdon. With 1 minute and 45 seconds left on the clock in the first half of the ball game, and scores 25-17. Slade inbounding the ball for Abingdon, passing into Thayer. And Craig now with the ball, bringing it down the court for Abingdon. Johnson with the ball, passing back to Craig. Abingdon taking things pretty slow here, just making Gate City's defense open up on them. Johnson passing underneath to Thayer, and she should be called with the foul there. All right, they call it traveling, but it looks more like an offensive foul. Using a lot of body weight down there. Bellamy with the ball, passes to Morris. Morris to Bays. Bays comes, shoots. Oh, just off the front of the rim. Edwards with the rebound, puts the shot up just off the rim. Slate with the rebound. Or excuse me, that wasn't Slate, that was Johnson. And Craig now with the ball, bringing it down the court for Abingdon. Passes back to Johnson, back out to Craig. Back to Johnson, looking inside, finds Bundy wide open. She misses a shot. Slate with the rebound, no good. Smith comes down with it, less than a minute left in the first half of the game. Score is 25-17. Gate City down by 8 points. Bellamy with the ball, passes out to Morris. And the Abingdon crowd uses a little bit of coy to get Gate City riled up there. They lost the ball out of bounds as they counted down the clock as a 7-6-5, and it actually got 41 seconds left on the clock. Craig with the ball for Abingdon. Passes out to Johnson, back to Craig, just throwing the ball out of rounds on the perimeter. Passes back to Craig, now to Johnson. Almost lost the ball across the half-court line there. Craig still with the ball, leading up the clock. Johnson shoots from three, no good. Rebound by Smith. Jump ball is called, and it's Abingdon's ball. 7 seconds left on the clock. First half of the game, Gate City's down by 8. Thayer inbounding, passes into Co. Thayer with the shot from three, off the rim, no good. And the shot is no good. That's the end of the first half. Score is 25-17. Gate City down by 8. All right, we're back for the second half. Bellamy now with the ball for Gate City. Passes to Morris. Morris looking inside, passes back to Bellamy, out to Edwards. Bellamy now back to Edwards again. Oh! Right through the hands of Heather Smith. Lost it out of bounds, and it'll be Abingdon's ball. Gate City trying to use the press against Abingdon. Edwards breaks it up, and Bellamy comes down with it. Morris with the ball. Passes back to Bellamy. She shoots. Oh, just off the back of the rim. Oh, come on. Now that's one call I've seen a lot of. That's about the corniest call I've ever seen in basketball. Where two players have the ball, they fall and they call traveling and give it to the other team. Thayer with the ball right now. Trapped. Passes to underneath. Johnson with the shot. No good. Morris with the rebound. Score is 25-17. Gate City down by 8 points. Bellamy with the ball at the wing position. Passes back to Morris. And kicking again, number 10. And that should be I know boys basketball, that's a technical foul. And that's the second time that Craig has done that. Actually, she attempts to do that. Morris shot off the rim, no good. Goes out of bounds on Johnson. So it went out on Johnson. Oh, they're giving it to Abingdon. Thayer with the ball. Bellamy knocks it away. He's out of bounds. It'll be Abingdon's ball. Thayer inbounding the ball. Passes to Johnson. Slows it down, passes it back to Craig. Craig over to Thayer. Oh. Back to Craig. Underneath to Bundy. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Ghost and fouled by Coe. And this Abington team is got quite a few actresses out there on the court. Commit a foul and then try to get the referees caught the other way by falling on the ground and all different kind of monotonous things. Bellamy with the ball for Gate City. Passes across long to Morris. Goes out of bounds. And that'll give Abingdon their ball on their own end of the court. Craig with the ball. Passes to Johnson. Back to Craig. To Johnson. Wide open shot. Misses it. Edwards with the rebound, passes out to Morris. Morris passes to Bellamy. Bellamy inside to Smith. Nothing there. Passes back out to Bellamy to Morris. Back to Bellamy looking inside. Nothing there. Passes back out to Morris. Bellamy with the ball now. And back to Morris. Over to Edwards. Inside to Ghost. Loses the ball. Edwards comes down with it. Bellamy with the shot. Beautiful shot. Good for two. He's got 6 points now to lead for Gate City. Thayer with the ball. Passes back to Craig. And Thayer passing underneath to Johnson. Oh, no good. Johnson puts up a shot, and that's good. Johnson now at 6 scores 27-19. Gate City still down by 8 points. Edwards with the ball. Passes back to Morris. Morris back to Edwards, breaking towards the goal. Shoots, just outside the rim. Foul called against Edwards. Edwards now with 3 personal fouls. Called for holding that time. Thayer inbounding the ball for Abingdon, passes into Johnson to Craig. Passes across to Thayer. Back to Craig. Bellamy got a hand on that, but couldn't keep it away from Thayer, who puts up the shot, and it's no good. Ball bounces around there, and Morris finally gets the ball. Passes to Bellamy. Should have been a foul there. Should have been a foul there. Shot twice. Abingdon players all over Bellamy and Morris. No fouls called. Almost running them over. No fouls called. And then they have the gall to call a 10 seconds. Craig with the ball for Abingdon. Passes to Slate. Back to Craig to Slate. Passing ball around outside, trying to open up Gate City's defense. Puts up a shot. No good. Johnson losing the ball. Morris tried to save it, and they said she was out of bounds, and they give it to Abingdon underneath their own goal. Got less than 4.5 minutes left. Carter knocks that one up into the air. Good pass, and Slate scores. Slate with 6. Carter with the ball, trying to work it down the court. Passes to Morris. Morris back to Carter. Oh, Johnson all over that. And Carter steals that away, fouled by number 33. And it should be, let's see, we're going to give it to... Okay, that's better. Thayer with 2 personal fouls now. They're finally starting to call through the fouls by Abingdon. Morris with the ball. Pulls, shoots just off the rim. And Slate comes down to rebound. Passes to Craig. Passes inside to Thayer, and she travels. Score is 29-19. Gate City down by 10 points. They've got 3 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third period. And they need to come alive offensively here. Smith with the ball, passes back to Carter. They're moving too slow, making bad passes, and Coe comes up with that. Passes to Craig, who passes to Thayer. And loses the ball out of bounds. And it is Abingdon's ball. I think she bounced that one off of Amy Morris. Passes into Craig, comes in for the layup, misses. Smith with the rebound, passes off to Morris. Morris bringing the ball down the court for Gate City. Passes back to Carter. Carter with the ball, passes to Morris. Morris looking inside, back to Carter. Morris with the ball, back to Carter. Bays inside to Smith. Shot is up, and oh, just off the rim. Jump ball. Tracy Ghost getting in there. Seems like every time it goes Abingdon's way. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Slade with the ball, passes back to Craig. And Slade bringing it down the court. Passes to Coe, shot is up and good for 2. He's got 8 points now. And Abingdon is up by 12. Carter passing to Morris. Back to Carter, to Bays, to Smith. Underneath to Ghost, shot is up and good. Ghost with her first 2 points tonight. Score is 31-21. Craig with the ball for Abingdon. Carter on defense. Passes to Bundy. Over to Craig. Coe with the ball underneath. Shoots. No good. Rebound by Smith. And Abingdon's players, every time they get touched underneath the goal, are hitting the floor trying to get the foul called. Carter with the ball. Pulls. Shoots. So just off the rim. Bays with the rebound. Goes up. Is fouled. Looked like it was against number 33, Thayer. That's her third personal foul. And Abingdon calls a timeout. Abingdon with a 10-point lead over Gate City in the third period. We've got less than 2 minutes. Actually, we've got 1 minute and 50 seconds left on the clock in the third period. Coach Blackwell talking to the Lady Devils. When they come back out onto the court, Bays will be at the line with 2 shots. So far tonight, Bays is hitting 50% from the foul line. She has 3 points for Gate City. Gate City's just been outscored and outplayed here. And in a lot of cases, it looked like the referees were giving a little bit of a helping hand. Bays will go to the line with 2 shots. And finally, the referees are ready. Bays with 2 shots. First shot is up and good. Cuts Abingdon lead to 9 points. I'm not sure. I think that Smith's shoe came untied. Or an ankle brace. I'm not sure which it was. Second shot is up and off the rim. Smith with the rebound. Fouled by Slate. No, 52 is called withholding. That's Johnson. It's your second personal foul. Morris inbounding the ball underneath Gate City's own goal. Passes into Carter. Back to Morris. Turns, shoots. Off the rim. No good. Loose ball. Let's see who comes up. What? Oh, come on. Calls a hack against Bays. She had the ball, and he calls hacking. Oh. Slate with the ball for Abingdon. Oh, loses it out of bounds. Should be Gate City. No. And they give it to Abingdon. 9-point lead for Abingdon. Go with the ball. Passes to Johnson. Slate. And Mays knocks it away. Good play. Slate comes up with it. Shoots. No good. And they're calling Ghost with the personal foul. Second foul against Ghost. Score is 31-22. And Slate will go to the line with 2 shots. She's got 6 points tonight for Abingdon. So far she hasn't been to the foul line tonight. She's got 2 shots. First one is up, and it's good. That gives Abingdon a 10-point lead again. Got a minute and 28 seconds left on the clock in the third period. Shot is up, and no good. Ghost with the rebound. Passes out to Bays. Morris with the ball, passing back to Bays. Underneath, passes back to Morris. Looking inside, can't find anything. Passes back out to Carter. Carter trying to get the defense to open up. Passes back out to Morris at the top of the key. Morris from 3, off the front of the rim. Bays with the rebound, shoots, and no good. Slate with the rebound. Passes to Johnson, and back to Craig. Abingdon with a 10-point lead. Less than a minute left to play in the third period. 45 seconds on the clock. Johnson with the ball, passing back to Craig, to Coe. Johnson again with the ball. And Coe on the inside shoots, no good. Rebounded by Morris. Morris getting a lot of rebounds tonight underneath. Passes off to Carter. Bays back to Carter. Morris inside the Bays, turns, shoots off the rim. And Bundy comes down to rebound, and Smith is called with the foul. Second personal foul against Smith. It'll be Abingdon's ball. 13 seconds left on the clock. Edwards comes in for Smith. Coe inbounding. Passes into Craig. Passes long to Johnson. Underneath to Bundy. Shot is up and good. 6 points now for Bundy. Long shot. I'm not sure if that was Morris or not. Goes out of bounds, and that ends the third period, and Abingdon with a 12-point lead with a score of 34-22. Gate City has just not been able to get their offensive going. And a lot of the calls from the referees have not been very helpful. Abingdon has a good home crowd here tonight. And they've been able to open up Gate City's defense. And basically it's the press that's killing Gate City. They've been taking the ball away from them. That's how they got their lead, and they've been able to hold on to it and eat up the clock in the meantime. Gate City's ball. Edwards inbounding the ball for Gate City. Passes into Bellamy. We're in the fourth and final period of the game, and Bellamy throws it right to Craig. Passes off to Coe. She walks a little bit, but her shot counts. She's got 10 points now for Abingdon. Bellamy passing out to Morris. Morris passes back to Bellamy, to Bays, to Edwards, to Ghost. Shot is up and good. Ghost now with 4 as Gate City came back with 2 points of their own. Johnson passing back to Craig, back and forth, back and forth. Johnson passing back to Craig again. Passes to Coe on the outside, shot air ball. Pretty much caught the back of the rim, actually. Craig with the shot from three, no good. And Ghost comes down with the rebound, passes out the base to Bellamy. 7 minutes left on the clock. Gate City's down by 12 points. Bellamy passing out to Morris. Morris back to Bellamy. Bellamy to Morris. To Bellamy. Shot is goal. That was beautiful. Almost 3-point range there. Bellamy now with 8 points. Craig with the ball. Bay's got her hands on it, and Ghost knocks it out of bounds away from Thayer. It'll be Abingdon's ball underneath their own goal. Finally, Gate City cuts Abingdon's lead back to 10 points. Passes to Craig, and Ghost, good defense there, stole the ball away. Morris with the ball. Gate City needs to come back now. This is the only time they're going to be able to do it. Bellamy with the ball, passes back to Morris. Back to Bellamy, who shoots. Oh, no good. Who comes down with it? Jump ball. I don't think I've seen a jump ball go to Gate City yet tonight. Co-inbounding. And it looks like it's going to cause some foul against Morris. See, I believe that's a clothesline foul. Third personal foul for Morris. And that will send Craig to the line. Craig's shot is up and good. That's her first point tonight. Second shot is up, and she hits it also. Bays with the ball. Passes to Morris. Oh. She's called with up and down. Didn't look like her feet actually left the ground. Wasn't very happy with that. And co-inbounds the ball for Abingdon. Oh, good play by Bays. They said she'd went out of bounds, though, before she could throw it in. 6 minutes and 6 seconds left on the clock in the fourth period. Score is 38-26. Thayer with the ball. Oh, Bays got all ball there. That was a little bit of inspiration for the Gate City crowd here tonight. Bellamy bring the ball back down the court for Gate City. Passes to Edwards and she loses it. See, Ghost has her hands on it. Jump ball is called. Finally, Gate City gets a jump ball. 1 out of about 12 tonight. Edwards inbounding the ball for Gate City. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock in the game. Bellamy with the ball. Scores 38-26, down by 12 points. Inside the base, shot is up. Good. She goes to the line with one shot. Foul is against Slate. That's her first personal foul. Score is now 38-28. Shot is up. No good. Oh, should be a foul underneath. It is. Craig with her third personal foul. Trish looks like she got busted. A good one there because of that. And she'll go to the foul line with a 1-and-1. First shot is up, and it's good. Cuts Abingdon's lead to 9 points. Second shot is up, and she hits it also. She's got 6 points now. Thayer with the ball. Passes to Bundy, who passes to Slate. Underneath to Coe, back to Slate, passes out to Thayer. Shot is up and no good. Over. Come on. Edwards had the rebound there. Passes out to Bays. KC trying to come back here. They're down by 8 points. Bellamy with a shot just off the rim. Goes out of bounds on... Come on! Thayer had her hand all over the ball. It goes out of bounds and he calls it Abingdon's ball. Bays takes that away. Morris from 3 off the rim, no good. Bundy with the rebound. Passes out to Coe. Slowing it down, passes to Slate. Slate passes inside and Bays breaks that up. Passes out to Morris. Morris bringing it down the court. Passes to Edwards from 3. Oh, shot was long. That one went out on Bellamy, and it'll be Abingdon's ball. 4.5 minutes left. Actually, 4 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock. Scores 38-30. Thayer with the ball. Passes in to Craig. Back out to Thayer. And let's see what he's going to call. He don't even know what he's going to call. Calls a hack on Bays. Her second personal foul. That'll send Thayer to the line with a 1-and-1. I think she's about 50% tonight from the foul line. Shot is up, no good. Rebound by Bays. Brings it down the court for Gate City. Passes to Bellamy.